In this video, I'll share my experience installing rear lower control arm brackets on my 2014 Mustang, covering what I liked, what I didn't like, and tips for anyone considering this mod. Overall, it was an easy install. Definitely something you could do at home if you have the basic tools. The hardest part was pushing the rear end back into place, because once you remove the bolt from the rear lower control arm, it will shift ever so slightly, so when you do go back to reinstall it, the bolt hole will not line up. But once I figured that out, everything went smoothly. The biggest difference I noticed was after driving on it for the past month or so, is better traction, improved ride quality, and less wheel hop. Right away, I could feel that the car felt more planted than it did before. The best way to describe it is when it went from feeling like you would launch on pebbles to floating on a cloud. I was also impressed with how well it handled around corners. With other suspension components upgraded as well, everything felt well-rounded and I was able to take turns with more confidence without feeling limited. For the price, I would say that it was definitely worth it if you're looking to improve handling, reduce wheel hop, and fix the geometry of your lowered Mustang. Now on to what I didn't like. One thing I noticed is it squeaks in the cold. Before I installed it, my suspension was dead silent. After installing this, I could hear what sounded like cold rubber flexing over bumps. When it's warm, I don't hear it. When I turn up the music, I don't hear it. It's not a huge deal, but it's something to keep in mind. Also, if you're planning on doing this mod, I would recommend getting aftermarket rear lower control arms. If you don't have them already, why do double work when you could just do it all at once? If you're thinking about doing this mod, my advice would be to get a piece of wood or something to keep the rear end from shifting once you remove the bolt. By holding the rear end in place, it helps speed up the process getting the bolt on without having to beg for someone's help. Overall, I think it's a solid upgrade for a daily driver because the only thing that I use my car for is daily driving. Drop a comment if you've done this mod. I would love to hear your thoughts. More Mustang content to come.